I don't know, it's day 43. I'm just going for a morning walk. It's like 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday. It's a little bit chilly. You might be able to see some of the grass is like icy cold. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, you might have noticed if you've been watching the last couple of days, I've been trying something different. Before I started recording this, just to make sure that I had space on my phone, I had to delete 80 clips, which was the amount of videos over the last 2 days, which is insane. Basically like 4, 5, 10-second clips that I've been stitching together, and then I try to do like a voiceover over the top of it. But I'm not really set. I'm not quite happy where it's at the moment. It is keeping the videos really short, which is good. But yeah, it's also more of a headache because now I have so many clips and I don't have always a plan of how it's going to be, what it's going to look like. So even as like, I don't know, boring and uninteresting as these single shots, raw takes might be, I kind of prefer it, to be honest, because the little ones, you know, following a script, I mean, I've only just started, so I should give it some time before I throw it away, but it just feels so unnatural when you have to like stick to a pre-written script, and then you get, you know, maybe you get fresh inspiration in the moment and you want to say something and you can't because you have to say the things that you said you were going to say, or you wrote, I should say. Anyway, I'm already beginning to ramble. What was I going to say? I guess that's the point. It's like needing this mix of having something to say, sticking to it, but also having enough flexibility. And I guess I'm in the midst of figuring that out. So of course it's hard for me to have perspective because I've just literally just started. It's like I'm expecting day 100, 1000 results on a day one mindset. So I think that's the hardest part of this entire quest, this entire journey. And I'm so sorry for the shaky camera. I need to buy a gimbal to help stabilize the camera, because yeah, not only is my arm getting tired, actually I think I'll just stop because I forgot my train of thought from the last time I recorded, but I've just had this really interesting monologue where I've been talking to myself, and I was like, man, this might be a good post for today, because the one thing I'm trying to figure out with this whole like journey quest is I'm trying to figure out systems, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to have to create new content for each platform. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm doing videos on YouTube. I'm also doing posts on LinkedIn and now Facebook. I want to be omnipresent, which means being everywhere. And ideally, you want the same consistent narrative, the same consistent brand message. And if you have to create, you know, one story for YouTube and then do something completely different for LinkedIn. Like, you're just creating more work. The ideal situation is I just film content, particular story from my day, and then I break it up into the 3 different formats, and that's it. Not complicated. Shoot once, record once, edit once, publish 3 times. But actually doing that is quite difficult because I also haven't yet figured out what I want to do, how I want to do it. Like, I literally just pick up the phone and push record to get the reps in. But yeah, they need to evolve. And I don't know, maybe you can see differences already. I'm pretty sure you could or can, about my energy compared to the first video, about the format compared to the first, if you managed to watch any of it. But the whole point of this is just to document the journey, because I think a lot of people, once they became successful, I think deep down inside they kind of wish they did document the process, to see how much they improved, to see the process. So that's what I'm doing. The funny thing, or the ironic thing, is that in somebody else's eyes, I could already be perceived as successful, because success has its own definition. I have a house. Kia ora. So, yeah, my bad, my phone died when I was out walking, and I've just been home doing some stuff, having breakfast. I did my post on LinkedIn and Facebook. I spent basically 90 minutes writing about this idea of a question I thought that I had this morning, which was, am I a psychopath? which is a really messed up thing to think about. And then I tried to dive deeper, like, why did I have this thought? What is it? What does it actually mean? And what it kind of led to was this book that I've been reading. Let me just grab it. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. Basically, I read chapter 1, and the title of the chapter is Don't Try. And it tells the story of Charles Bukowski, I think that's his name. Basically, he's like a bad guy, a womanizer, a crude, all these things, like a loser, blah blah blah. And he spends most of his life being like a horrible drunk. But there's one thing that he likes to do, and that's he likes to write. So he gets an opportunity in his 50s or something, I think he's 55, to publish something, and he has to make a choice between working at the post office and going crazy, or trying to be a writer and potentially starving. So he chooses to starve, or to be a writer. And within 3 weeks, he apparently publishes a book called Post Office, and goes on to write 6 novels and hundreds of poems. And I think what Mark Manson, the author of the book, was trying to say was, if I remember correctly, he stopped caring. He stopped trying to be anything that he wasn't. Like, he didn't become successful because he tried to be a better person. Like, he was a shit person by all standards. Yet I think what made him so successful is that he was authentic, and he wrote with authenticity. And I guess people were attracted to him, were attracted to kind of know more, to understand more about this guy. And yeah, I don't really know, but it kind of, on his epitaph or something, which is like a phrase that you put on your tombstone, it was the words "Don't try," and that connects back to the title of the chapter. and kind of this notion of like, we should probably care less, we should probably try less, and sometimes the answer is not more, it's less. So stop trying. You know, if you are a psychopath, that's a weird thought. But basically I took a personality test to try and answer that question, and it turns out I'm not, which is a little bit disappointing. But what the results did say was that I am a type 3 achiever. So yeah, that's like no surprise at all. I haven't dove in too deep into it, but based on what I've read, yeah, I'm not surprised. That's hard though, because when you're labeled to be an achiever and you feel like you haven't achieved, that's kind of like the confrontational part of the book. And the idea is this notion of all of these things that I'm striving to be might not be worth it, might not be that important. And that's kind of this weird duality and this paradox. He said it's a total mind F, and it really is, because it's like, don't care but also care, but just care less about things that don't matter to you. So then the real answer is asking and answering the question, what matters to me? What matters to you? What should you care about? Because you should care about things. You just shouldn't care about anything and everything, because there's not enough time, there's not enough energy, there's not enough minutes and hours in the day, not enough days in your lifetime. Like, yeah, it's kind of profound, and it almost hurts my head thinking about it. But I guess that's kind of the focus for today, is trying to care less and trying to give less F's, and trying to focus on only the things that matter, and trying to answer that elusive question of what matters to me. Because there's a long list, but the list is too long. I need to shorten the list. So anyway, that's enough for now. I know that this is 5 minutes long. It's probably quite interesting, hopefully. So yeah, that's the intent for today. And I'll continue with the idea of yesterday and trying to rest as much as possible, getting off my device. And I'll do a recap later on. But for now, love you, leave you, see you soon. Yo. So the results were in, and I spent about less than 6 hours again on a device, which is good. That's kind of the plan. So I've got like a little script here that I kind of prepared, and I'm just looking at it, and I realized that I didn't actually mention it today, and I don't remember if I actually mentioned what I'm grateful for. So I'm just gonna quickly read through that. So today I'm grateful for the sun, because this is a beautiful day, the sky, which is also Rangi Nui, Papatūānuku, Mother Earth, Tāne Mahuta, the trees in the forest, Tangaroa, the ocean, Haumea Tikitiki and Rangi Māori, cultivated and uncultivated food, might have that wrong, Ruaumoko, volcanoes, Io, which is like supreme God, and then my family, my friends, and all kinds of different people that have had an influence. I'm also grateful for my senses, so sight, hearing, smell, taste. I forgot one. My 5 senses include my 6th sense, intuition, gut feeling, my heart. Grateful for my heart because it works all the time, pumping fresh blood to my body, and my brain, Heroro, which is basically responsible for everything that I do, everything that I'm doing right now. And also my immune system, and lastly, actually not lastly, humanity. I'm grateful for my humanity, and I'm grateful for life. So that's what I should have said at the beginning of the video. And I'm trying to figure out how to do this video intro. Basically, I want each video to be to start with like a introduction to the video series, and it'll go something like this. Kia ora, I'm Nathan Piahana. Welcome to my video series, a daily vlog of me documenting my journey on an epic quest to become 1000% better. For details, see description. So chuck that in there. And then the next part, maybe this is like a separate recording. I encourage you to watch along if you need evidence, proof, reassurance that you can do amazing things if you believe in yourself, have a clear purpose, channel your focus, develop discipline, take action daily, big or small or tiny, and over a long enough time, it's guaranteed you will see, have, and realize transformative results. That's really long, so I'm probably going to have to work on that. And then the next part I've got is, this journey won't be fun to watch, easy, sexy, or pleasant. And if you need proof, just watch. Because that's literally what it is. It's like a vlog talking about a vlog. So meta. Yeah, and then the other thing I was meant to say was, I think this was when I was talking about the book, this book actually, Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. And I was trying to figure out like what to care less about. And what I wrote down was, what this means to me is to like radically remove, delete, eradicate, basically just getting rid of crap. So this could be like people that I follow, channels that I subscribe to, goals that I don't want, clothes that I don't wear, basically decluttering my mind and physical space, which is really important because we can sometimes overconsume. I certainly know that I've done that, both mentally and obviously physically. So yeah, that's kind of what's on my head. And then I have an outro that I kind of plan to say, and maybe I'll try to use it in this video. But yeah, that's kind of what the goal is. I swear every time I do this, I get to the stage where I'm like, I feel like the work ahead is just too big. It's too much. But then I get encouragement from different people, and they kind of remind me like, just one step at a time. Focus on each day. Don't worry about the destination. And I think this is kind of like the challenge that we all have, is when we set a goal and we have like a direction, and then we kind of linger on it a bit too much, and then it becomes, yeah, I ran out of space, so basically I just delete a clip, and I'm just gonna jump to the finish. So yeah, lesson, I need to talk less, I need to work on what I'm gonna say, and this is the outro. So I'm gonna finish with this. We need hard work, discipline, unwavering resolve. We need drastic accountability and ownership. We are the directors of our own movie. We are the main character. We are the hero or the villain. So make a choice. And repeat it every day. No breaks, no excuses, just life. Win or lose, red or blue pill, the choice is yours. And that's it. See you tomorrow.